Before I begin my presentation, I want to just clarify the fact that I know that many of us have had an experience with violence of some sort, no matter how small or how big. We had like an encounter with violence in, or maybe in Houston, or maybe other parts. Or this leads to my presentation: violence, the influence of society, by me, Jhony Jantes. Next slide, please. The name of the book is Fist, Stick, Knife, and Gun, and the author is Jeffrey Canada. In the book, Jeffrey Canada provides his story on how, as a child, he struggled through poverty, and he had to deal with guns, knives, drugs, and with other teenagers in the city of Bronx. So, and also the book is divided into 3 parts. The first part is mainly about his childhood, that he befriended a lot of teenagers that were like bad influence to him, and the second part is mainly about his adulthood, how he's trying to make a difference to other teenagers that are like in trouble or have the same problems as him. And the third part, he basically just sees like the differences in society, how many organizations try to like prevent kids from staying out of trouble. And if y'all want to pass it around. Next slide, please. First artwork is the graphic cross of peace by Carl Thompson, and as you can see, there's a cross right here, which is the one that stands out the most. And usually a cross symbolizes God, Jesus Christ, and so like going back to the book, Jeffrey Canada points out that kids are like very pure, in which the white symbolizes purity, and that they're easily influenced, the teenagers, by violence, guns, etc. And the blood right here, like it just splattered like right on the cross, which symbolizes like we as kids or children, we are tempted to like use violence to get what we want, such as like money, or to get pleasure for something else, such as killing for reasons, and they're like lives that are sacrificed. Like many kids in the book just shoot like innocent people. They shoot many innocent people, and those lives are taken. And Jeffrey kind of just wants to point out that the kids, just they're pure, and they're like led to other parts, other roads in our city. And so in the darkness right here in the picture, it symbolizes like as a society we may hide like many things like dark, like our inner evil, and like Houston, Texas may seem like a pretty nice place to live in, but it may hide other stuff. Like there are facts that it's like one of the biggest cities for trafficking. So it just symbolizes like the evil that we all hide in ourselves. So next slide, please. All right here is anyone want to read? No one? Okay. So the title you can read on your own. The title of the art piece is called "In This Landscape There Is No Certainty" by Nazia Khan. And Nazia Khan, just a background information, he drew this to represent his society that like is in desperate struggle, like it's in a war zone, like in Afghanistan, that I remember. And so like right here, like the inner part over here, it like represents the society that Jeffrey Canada lives in, and the society that he lives in is very big. And so there's more like ideas, beliefs spread throughout people. And connecting back to his rhetorical purpose, he wants to point that influence is very strong in a society, and kids are easily like led to different paths in society. And in addition, these places like this like seems to be like a puddle of water. They're like a smaller city, and like one of those water houses. And so those represent like even wherever path like children tend to go in, they may lead to different fates, such as maybe death, a new beginning, freedom, which is like through the middle of the book, where he's trying to make a difference, trying to change lives, turn kids around from killing other people or even stealing guns or any of that stuff. And so these blurry letters right here, as you can see them, they are like more like what we as human beings, we are what we do, like the past, present, and future. We are like what we make of society, and like through the book, Jeffrey Canada reiterates that teenagers are what they make of their own lives, such as maybe they choose to be in a gang, or they choose to like kill people for fun, or they choose just to be their own person. But it is them that decide like what the society wants to be as a whole. Next slide. Okay, anybody want to read? Okay. Right. Yeah. Ms. Smith, may you please read the quote, please?
I want people to understand the crisis that our children face, and I want people to act.
Okay, compared to this one, this is like a short quote, but overall, like towards the end of the book, Jeffrey just points out that he wants to make a difference in society. He reaches out to many different organizations, people, and right here we could see a river like flowing. That represents that one individual could actually probably make a difference. Not much, but some difference, and like that difference could lead to many other things, such as change the lives of different teenagers, maybe like just differences basically in society. And over here we have some trees, like right here, the greenish, darkish color. Those represent like the future that Jeffrey Canada goes in towards the end. That he doesn't know what will happen furthermore, as he wants to make a difference, but overall he just wants people to act, you know, and basically, yeah, he wants you to act. And so like the grassland right here represents like the society that he lives in, or that we live in, because he connects back to the rear a lot. And there's like they're like very brown, but like brownish kind of, how I see it. It's more like wasted already, like past. And so this represents kind of like the society that we are still living in, which is like very just troubled society. And overall, it just there's like a lot of fixing for us to do. So